of just emoting, right? And like children going in with so much anxiety, a lot of kids at a very early age develop like aggressive, a little bit of violent behavior. Do you know the root of that cause? Is it to do with like the family environment? Is it to do with like their anxious personality? What exactly is the root of it, and how do they overcome that, or how do you deal with it?
So the answer is yes. It has to do with everything that you named. Like I said, children do as we do. So if there is aggression in the home, and that is how they are being disciplined, yelling, shouting, pushing, any of that, then for sure you will see that they will do that. But children, oftentimes when they are dysregulated, and when I say dysregulated, when the emotion they have is more that they can process, that is considered a trauma, a small t trauma within their system. And their nervous system is overwhelmed at that time, and they might just start acting out. And acting out might come in the form of aggression. And so when we look at a child and they're acting out, or they're yelling and they're screaming, I'm not saying, what is he doing? I'm thinking, what happened to you? And that's the question more parents need to be asking, like, what happened? Because that's not a normal state for a child. It is not a typical state for a child. They're playful, they're young, they're creative, they're open, they're all of that. So when the child is not acting like that, there's something that they are not able to process themselves that we have to help them process.
Do you think it's always a home environment? Because in one home you can have two siblings, right? One is just very easygoing, very chilled out, and one is like aggressive. So is it always a home environment? Because how can the same place produce two very different personalities?
Because we are two very different nervous systems, and we are two different people. I have 4 children. I can tell you as a mother, I have to be 4 different mothers. This one, I have to lay low. This one, I have to nudge. This one, I have to push. This one, I don't even bother with. So it's about how am I going to be? It's almost like you're like a horse whisperer, but you're like a child whisperer. And how do I get each child to live their full potential? Just because it's one home and one mother, even what they evoke in me is 4 different things. Because this one really frustrates me because I have to say things 5 times. This one I'm so easy with. So there's a space between the two of us also. So it's never the same environment, ever. If you have more than one child, you are more than one mother or father. You are more than one caregiver, because what they pull in you creates the dynamic also. And just because a child is calm and chill doesn't mean that they're all good. Sometimes they're dissociated. Sometimes they're so flooded that they look chill, but they're actually overwhelmed. So really you have to be very attuned to say, what's going on with this child of mine? And how can I be with this child of mine? What do they need in particular?